Welcome to the Sports Betting Illuminated live stream. I'm your host, Ariel Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit. Hello, everyone. It is so wonderful seeing you here this evening. DJ Ray coming in early, dropping in all of my links so that you could get my Substack, my daily report, and of course, he's reminding everyone to give this stream a big thumbs up. Thanks for coming in, Super James. Oh yeah, always leaving a like on the way in. It's so nice seeing you here. Hey Brian. Oh yeah. What's not to like about that? It's a good day for a good day. I love all of these hearts all over the place. Thank you so much. It is a hot day. Hey David, how are you this evening? It has been hot. It is like one of the hottest days definitely on the East Coast. Hey Derek, how are you doing? So I decided, all right, you know what, to keep cool during the stream, I'm gonna be wearing, of course, my little bikini, because why not? It's still summer, right? Well, I mean, I don't know. People are going back to school, all that's happening, but in my mind, still 95. That constitutes as a hot summer day. All right, and of course I have some sparkling Moscato here. Really good, really good. Ooh, you had the leopard print handicapped at minus 150. Dang. Damn, minus 150 on that? All right, now before we get started, you know what I like to do? I like to sit back, relax, and get my mind right to win some wagers, of course. So today I am going to be smoking some cannabis. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna rip one for the bikini, DJ Ray, of course. Hey Peter, so nice seeing you here. It is so wonderful seeing you all here this evening. This evening, I am smoking cake mix. This is a cross between wedding cake and London pound cake, and it has a high THC percentage. It's about 24%. Of course, you know, it does vary by the batch that you get, but it's high, so good for experienced cannabis consumers. But I would say, you know, that's about, you know, mid-level high now, considering some of these strains out there are like 30-35%. So I don't know. I guess if you're used to using cannabis, this would be nice for you. And if you're just starting out, you know, try a strain that has a little bit more CBD. Ooh, nice and sweet. I can see where they're getting that, you know, cake mix from. I'm so glad you're liking my little hair look. Thank you so much. Are those weed leaves? Gold weed leaves everywhere? Oh my god. I feel like I'm embodying that with like my gold jewelry and cannabis bong. It's all good. Yeah, I was actually talking to a girl at the smoke shop today and telling her about how like my company was making Literally, like we just started with a few products and then suddenly it turned into hundreds of products overnight with all of the cannabis things that we were doing. Like we were doing keef, like first it started with the cartridges, then we're doing the keef and the sprayed flower, the pre-ground flower, so you don't even have to grind it up yourself. Then of course the regular buds, the moon rocks, the drops, which were like the elixirs, you know. People call them tinctures, but man, when we were creating that, it was crazy in my office. Like, people would just take, like, those big squirt bottles that you put, like, ketchup or something in, or maybe, like, Italian dressing for your salads. Yeah, that would be, like, full of Delta 8, Delta 9, and hemp derived, of course. And you have to try the product, of course. Got a little crazy. It was a fun working environment. I understand why I had like 25 plus people like in a warehouse wanting to come in, bringing more people than we could even handle like every single day. It was fun. That was a good time indeed. Man. Hey, optimistic realizer. Thank you. Yeah, feeling the leopard print, got my little bikini on. It is a hot day, so let's cool off with a bikini, of course. Yeah. Alrighty. One more cannabis hit, and then we'll get started, right? Gotta sit back, get our minds right, and let's win some wagers. All right, I am feeling good. My mind is definitely right now. So I just want to give you a rundown on my current ROIs. Oh my gosh, guys, we have been crushing it, especially in baseball. Our ROI is sitting at 42.9%. Seriously, 42.9% ROI, and that's a 68.8% win rate with 224 units already played so far this season. So we have been absolutely crushing it, hitting some plus money plays, and I absolutely love it. Seriously, we just got to keep the ball rolling, staying consistent, sticking to our strategy, and playing with the house, not against it. Oh no, only 2 thumbs. Come on, guys, give this a thumbs up. Seriously, I think it helps in the algorithm, but I don't really know how the algorithm works. Everyone has their own, I think, and sometimes I don't even know if it actually works at all. Hey Spencer, how are you? Thanks for joining this evening. All right, so crushing Major League Baseball this season, like absolutely crushing it. And it has been fun. We have been laddering a few of our plays, and things are just kind of hitting the way that they should be. Now, in the WNBA right now, we have a 37.6% ROI. We have a 71.4% win rate, and so far we've played 65 units in the WNBA this season. So, doing really well here. Of course, I would love to bring this up to the 40%, but even still, sitting at 37% ROI is huge. Trust me, you are a professional level gambler once you get to a 10% ROI in Vegas. So we're doing pretty well right now. That's the truth. That is the truth. Wow. All right. Oh no, I'm hearing a lot about 2 thumbs. I think Chuck Science is going crazy here. So are we gonna help him out? Give this video some more thumbs up. YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch. I'm streaming to a lot of places here, but more good sports betting information to go around, right? I love when you guys join in this stream and you don't trust it. You think people are like leaving thumbs up and the algorithm's taking them away? I don't know. I think we have a lot of people here tonight. I feel like everyone's gonna do their part. There are 5 thumbs up now. I love it. I love it. All right, let's dive into some Major League Baseball. There are some early games. The first one's at 6:30, the Mariners versus Orioles. I'm sure you guys want me to dive right on into that game. First, I'm gonna take another little sip of my sparkling wine. Alrighty. Now, let's look at the Seattle run line. First, it opened up at -1.5, plus 110. Then it started moving. It moved pretty fast to -106. So it looked like it was going in the right direction when I first started tracking it this morning. But then it started coming back a little bit. It went to -101. Then it went to plus 102. And this was even with money being played on Seattle, on the Seattle run line. So this is kind of interesting because it does look like Las Vegas is identifying some Joe money here on, the Seattle run line, but truly they almost opened it right back up to where it's pretty much right back at the open. It opened up at plus 110, it's sitting at plus 102. It looked like it was starting to move in the right direction with a little bit of money, but Vegas just pulled this right back, and I don't trust it at this very moment. So we will see what happens, but so far for me at this moment, I don't have a play in this game. If you guys do, feel free to throw it in the chat, but I am just not seeing a play at this moment, especially because it seems like the sportsbook identified maybe a little bit of Joe money coming in on this run line, and they just kind of sitting plaque at plus 102, open up at plus 110. I don't know. Nothing really here. Nothing speaking to me. So let's look at this Phillies versus Reds game. This is a 6:40 p.m. Eastern game. And now we are going to look at the Phillies run line. Hey Thomas, welcome in. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. All right, so we are just diving into the Phillies run line, and we just covered the Seattle run line, but I don't have a play there. I'm just kind of passing on that game for now. It'll be fun to watch starting really soon, but I still don't have a play there right now. The line has been acting a little weird. The Phillies run line, though, has opened up at -1.5, plus 110. Then it moved to plus 101 on level 3 money. So this is interesting. Hey, Super Pro. This is interesting because a lot of money is starting to pile on here, the level 3 money. The line is starting to move in the right direction. I would like to see it move a little bit more, but it is starting to move in the right direction. It hasn't quite hit that even money mark yet on this Phillies run line. And there is level 3 money here, so it does look like a lot of this money came in. And as you guys know, level 3 is about middle. I rate money based on significance, 1 being the least significant, 5 being the most. Level 3, it's kind of pushing there. I think right now, though, in this game, Vegas is just trying to balance this line with some of the money, starting to move it. Oh, you parlayed Philly. Oh, you parlayed Phillies. Did you take the run line in both? Alrighty. Yeah, I don't have a play right now at the Seattle run line, but I do think this is potentially, starting to move in the right direction for the Phillies. I would keep my eye on this. I, would say this is a little bit more of a lean right now. I'm not playing it yet, but it is starting to move, so keep your eye on this. Okay, you played the money line. Interesting. I almost never play parlays, but sometimes sticking to just like, a 2-team parlay, I would say that's a little more safe, especially compared to I see people all the time taking, 5 leg parlays, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 leg parlays, and I'm like, oh no, the odds of hitting that are just like exponentially like against you. Um, so sticking with like 2 legs, no more. I would say that's definitely a bit safer for sure. That is funny, super pro. I like to move it, move it. Oh my god. All right, let's look at this Marlins Guardians game. This is another 6:40 p.m. Eastern game, but I'm not really seeing a ton of movement here. The lines have just kind of been a little bit dead here. So not a ton of movement. Oh, that is definitely an auto parlay, Super James. You're getting ready for that. I know it. Ooh, so you're looking at that. You're taking the over 8.5 there. Interesting. I was looking at the total there, not Houston Red Sox game, Thomas. Um, right now, I have not listed any official plays, Victor, but I am getting there. Right now, we've just been discussing how some of these lines move. I did say that things are starting to move in the right direction for the Phillies run line, but I just haven't played it. Um, I'm just kind of, a little more hesitant there, but I didn't really see too much developing on the Seattle run line. I saw it starting to go in the right direction, but then it pulled back, so I'm just passing on that. It'll be fun to watch. So you didn't bet the 8.5 yet. So I have been tracking this total. I saw it opened under 8 minus 105. Then it went to minus 117. And right now it's sitting again at the minus 105. I see level 2 money on the over in this Houston Red Sox game. So there is a lot of money on the over. I think a lot of people are taking the over, but I see a lot of professionals taking the under in this game. And I would say, just based off of how this line moved early on, it does seem like a lot of pros are just kind of coming in on the under right now, but a lot of the money is on the over. So right now, this line is exactly right where it opened. Vegas is not really budging at this moment. So it is a little tight for me, but I would say the one thing I have noticed is there is a bit of pro money on the under, but also just a lot of like general money on the over. But yeah, this is an interesting line because it moved a little bit early, but it went right back to where it opened up. So definitely something to keep your eye on for sure. Um, Now, this is definitely something I'm looking at as a bit more of an action play. So take a look at this game. This is the Twins facing off against the Yankees. This is a 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern game, and I have been keeping my eye on the Yankees run line. It opened up minus 1.5, minus 106, went out to minus 121. Then it pulled back a little bit. It went back to minus 119, even though there was level 5 money on this. And then it moved back even further to minus 110. So it seemed like Vegas really like moved this line out, and they moved it. There was a lot of money on it, but then it started coming back a little bit. I would say this is more of an action play. If you want to take the Yankees run line, it's a bit more of an action play, but I do like how it moved. Um, and I do like how it moved with such a significant amount of money on it. I think Vegas is trying to balance it, but I was a little bit shaky about the Yankees the other day. They came through for me. And I would just say, like, right now, I do like this Yankees run line as a nice little action play. So definitely, if you're an action player, you could add that into your action pile for sure. Do I like the Cubs tonight? I didn't really see too much in that game that, was really too interesting to me. Not a lot of line movement. Let's just see if let's just see if anything's happening right now, if anything's changed. Um, the Cubs opened up -1.5, plus 165, and right now they're sitting at plus 1.5, -190. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Like the line's been flip-flopping a little bit here. Um, and the money line looks like it opened up at plus 106, and right now it's sitting at plus 110. So it's not exactly moving in the right direction. So I'd be a little more hesitant to play that. I don't really like that play tonight. I'm just staying away from it myself. But if you have an angle, of course, feel free to, like I always say, feel free to throw it in the chat. But I just don't really see anything there tonight because the line is almost kind of moving in the opposite direction than I like to see. So I'm kind of just staying away from that one. Alrighty, so before we move on and cover some more games, I did want to tell you guys I am reading Billy Walters' book, Gambler, Secrets from a Life at Risk. All right, and in his chapter, chapter 22, he goes into really his relationship with Phil Mickelson, as you guys know, the legendary golfer, but also this guy loves to gamble. And Billy Walters, when he was in Vegas, like, I'm not going to lie, he frequented like reading this book. I'm like, oh, I think I recognize that name, and I definitely recognize some of those places, growing up in Las Vegas myself and my family being in the casino industry for so long, my grandpa being the only CPA in town, and of course my great-grandmother, Esther Engelkatz, who actually was one of the main investors in the Moulin Rouge, which actually was the first desegregated casino when Las Vegas was a Jim Crow town and it had Jim Crow laws. And I just love that, I love that, like, she's a part of the history, especially at a time when women couldn't even have bank accounts. Like, they couldn't even legally, it was so hard for women to do things back then, and that's my great-grandmother, moving to America at 16 and creating a beautiful life. So, I just wanted to dive into this book and some things that I found really interesting, especially in this one chapter. Okay, so, by his own admission, Phil had an estimated net worth of $250 million. Oh, yes, it is a must read. I would say it's not so much a gambling book in the sense of, like, when you guys pick up Sports Betting Illuminated on Amazon, thanks so much for the emote, Superfo. When you guys pick up Sports Betting Illuminated on Amazon, like, I'm actually diving into my strategy on how I bet and playing with the house. And actually, Super James, you know this better than anyone, because he's been helping me edit my book, edit my sports wagering course, and he's been doing such a thorough job. Even when it comes down to the programming and all of, like, the coding materials I'm giving you guys to actually learn how to build your own AI model and learn how to code in Python. I think anyone can learn it. I think it's essential for, like, I think kids need to be learning it in school, honestly. But my book really dives into just my strategies on exactly how I play with a house. I have a worksheet in here, kind of like, this is how you do it. Here's a few different examples. Now you make decisions, and here's the right and wrong. And it really lays it out for you. This book is more Billy Walters' story of his life. Like, this is talking about his life growing up, about talking about gambling, the computer group that he was associated with, getting into golf. And I have been so thoroughly enjoying this book. I read it while I'm taking my far infrared sauna every day, and I just love it. So he's talking about Phil Mickelson here, and I thought this would be really important to highlight because this is a good lesson for everybody who's gambling. Phil Mickelson was, of course, estimated to be worth $250 million at the time, right? And so, but he was also a huge gambler. So Billy and Phil went into business together, and let me just tell you guys, before you go into business with someone, make sure you know them really, really well. Or you trust them for sure. Know, like, and trust. That is so important. So let me just give you an example of this guy. This guy, in 2011 alone, has made 3,154 bets. That is an average of 9 bets a day Phil Mickelson is making. And then on one day in 2011, June 22nd to be precise, he made 43 bets on Major League Baseball games, resulting in $143,500 in losses. And eventually, Phil's losses approached $100 million. Seriously, just think about that. It's so nice seeing you guys. Thanks for joining in, though. Okay, so think about this. This guy lost $100 million. He's notorious for, being late. He's getting sports books accounts closed on him because he's paying people late. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, he made a bunch of money from LIV. So I'm sure, losing $100 million in gambling losses isn't going to kill him. But I almost want to just let you guys know. Look at this. $143,500 in losses just because he has more, all this money. He has $250 million versus the average gambler. Being reckless with your bets is insane. You could lose literally basically half of your entire net worth just by making poor decisions gambling. And it's easy to go down that rabbit hole, especially when you're so compulsive and you're making bet after bet after bet. You really have to be disciplined. Make a note of your feelings before and after of your bets. Track it. Write down what you're thinking leading into the bet as you were making the bet. What was your strategy? And then review it. And not just review it that day, but review it a week later and see if your strategy was sound. Because I don't want you guys growing into bad habits. Think about this. I grew up in Las Vegas, and, everyone kind of knows, you go and work on the strip. It's common for a lot of girls working, who grew up in Vegas to go out and work on a strip, and, you work in nightclubs, and you can make a lot of money really fast. But at one day, your looks are going to start fading, and you're not going to be making all the money. And, unless you really put the proper discipline in place, you can't just keep making all of these decisions and, doing things the way you've always been doing it. You'll lose your shirt. And, even though Phil Mickelson's okay right now, he made a lot of money from LIV, the truth is with his gambling habits, unless something seriously changes or unless he gets some serious intervention, it's not going to last forever, especially with how much money he's gambling. He's throwing 20,000, 100,000 on, 5-leg parlays and just random things that he's not doing any research on. So it doesn't really matter how much money you have. At the end of the day, you could still lose your shirt gambling. And I want all of you guys to know, grow into good habits, not bad habits. Say you're a young person and you're trying out drugs, you could grow out of that habit. But if you grow into that habit as you are older and as you're an adult, it's going to be hell for you to get out of it. So start today. Change your gambling habits today. Don't wait. Literally, it's going to get harder to change with every single day. So write down your bets. Write down what you were thinking as you placed your bets, before you placed your bets, your strategy. And then 1 week later, take a look at your actual notes. See how you did. See your wins, see your losses, hold yourself accountable. And also, it's a great way to gauge your thinking and understand, was this really a good decision or was it an impulsive decision? And then from then on, at least you have the structure to start approaching your bets better and making better decisions in the future and actually becoming a profitable sports gambler. That's what I want for all of you guys. All right, so I'm glad you guys like the yeah, I'm glad you guys like the advice. Yeah, no, I mean, but you know, even Billy Walters highlights in a book like how this guy Phil Mickelson is, you know, he says one thing in a public interview, like really slandering the Saudis, and then goes and takes their money. And I don't know, all I could say is just, you know, try to be authentic to who you are. And I mean, that's all you have in the world, right? Oh, right. Thanks, optimistic realizer. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm really hope like you guys could all learn something from this. And exactly, you always have to keep your limits and, you know, be conscious of your decisions. Understand what you're doing as you go into it. Understand your thought process. And when you take that as a lesson and you actually find, wait a second, this applies to more than just sports gambling. I can apply this in other areas of my life, and then everything actually systematically improves. It's really crazy. Okay, DJ Ray, I will rip one. Oh yeah. Like a lot of people ask me, like, how do you get so much stuff done in a day? And I'm like, just write it down, hold yourself accountable. Just gotta put it into practice, do it every day, and get a routine. Thank you so much. Let's dive into this Nationals-Royals game, because I know you guys have been dying for a really good play. And you guys saw this earlier on the Daily Report, of course. And if you haven't signed up, you know what to do. Click the stay in touch button. Love those emotes. Thank you. So this Royals run line opened up at -1.5, plus 125. Then it started moving in the right direction, of course. Moved to plus 105. I don't know why I just wanted to say minus there. I feel like it might have moved even since I said this. I don't know. Let me check right now. But I did take it early at plus 110. I do see most spots are just holding it at plus 105. Some spots you might be able to get plus 110, but you might have to shop around a bit for that. There was level 4 money initially on this run line. There's level 2 money right now, but this is still looking like a super solid play. This was the play of the day, and I still really like this. Solid play, a lot of wide movement, and definitely a lot of money backing it up. So I like this. Make sure to lock it in. And I like this play a lot. It's really looking good. And it just does continue moving in the right direction. A lot of money here. That's for sure. A lot of money here. Ooh, okay. So you're looking at the Cubs, Blue Jays over. Let me take a look at that over real quick for you and see what's going on. A little bit of split money here. I don't know. This line is holding really, really tight. I would say I don't have a play here at the moment. Just because the money is super split. This line, this total has been bouncing around a little bit. So usually like when the total's just kind of sitting there, I'm guessing the team total hasn't moved that much either. I mean, usually that's how, usually they move together. So I would say I just don't have anything there right now. I just haven't seen. It's just not meeting my parameters personally. But that's just because I haven't really seen the line movement. Or the money movement. It's just kind of sitting there. Just Vegas is holding that line very steady. And it just seems like the money's kind of just split right now. Like, so Vegas doesn't really need to move the line. They're happy with just balancing the money. So thanks, Super James. Yeah, Vegas is just happy balancing the money there. They're not having to move it. There's no like sharp money coming in, no square money. So Vegas is just keeping this total as it is right now. They're not doing anything with that. But if it does move, I'll let you know. Actually, the daily report already went out, but I'll check again at the end of the show and let you know. But I just don't see anything there. Just kind of really split. All right, let's cover, thanks, Tech Science. Let's cover the Pirates versus Brewers game. This is a 7:40 p.m. Eastern game. And I am looking at the total here. This total opened under 7, minus 110. Then it went down to under 6.5, minus 109, with level 1 money on the over. But the Sharps, they were starting to take the under. So right now it's sitting under 6.5, minus 110. There's still a lot of overplay, a lot of over money in play, but there is sharp money on the under, and the line is definitely moving towards the under. So when the sharps and the line are moving in the same direction, I like to see that. So I really like this underplay as well. Yeah, I think I think this will definitely I don't think there will be a lot of runs in this game, so I think it definitely could go under 6.5. But you're right, I don't like betting schemes under either. But you know, I just play with the house and how the sharps are playing it. And the lines and the sharps are moving in this direction, so. You think of a pirate ship. Love that. I need to pull, I don't know if I ever wore the pirate costume on air, but I definitely need to pull my pirate costume out for this Halloween. I'm so excited to bring you guys some fun costumes this October. And oh my god, it's like, I feel like it's around a corner. I'm seeing fall stuff everywhere I go. I'm like, is it Halloween already? All the grocery stores already have like candy in every aisle, and it's getting a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I love some candy corn. Alrighty. Oh, that's a good strain. It's hot in here. Agreed. That is scary. So I do like the under here. I do like this under in the Pirates Brewers game. I know some of the money is going towards the over, but the sharps are on the under, and this line is moving under. So I know it looks slow. I know it's like, do I really want to take an under 6.5? That just seems really low. Like it's baseball, like schemes. I get it for sure. I do get it. Like, you know, sometimes it is hard to like, you know, look at that, you know, from just like the data and analytic perspective. But when I see this starting to move that way, the line starting to move in this direction, it did move a half a point from 7 to 6.5, and the odds have been moving, the sharp money has been moving, and my strategy, like I always say, I'm playing with the house, not against it. Oh, gee. You want that for Halloween? Oh, thoughts on the Dallas Wings? I am going to cover that for sure. Let me see what is going on here. I was looking at this game. It's a 7:30 p.m. game. The Wings are playing the Fever, of course. So this will be a fun game to watch. I have been watching the Fever spread, and it does seem like it's moving out in the right direction for the Fever, but this line did move back half a point after it moved out. It opened up at -5.5. Then it pushed out pretty hard early to -9.5. So that's a big, 4-point move on the spread here. And then it pulled back to -9. Right now, I see a lot of mixed money coming in. So I don't know, just with, especially considering it pulled back and there's a lot of mixed money, it does make me a little hesitant to take it. I agree. It does seem to be bouncing around a little bit. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, Tyler's on it, and it is back to 9.5 now. Okay, that is some new information. Let me refresh my numbers. Okay, -9.5, -115, guys, in a lot of spots. Oh my god. Okay, all right. All right, it does look like Vegas is feeling more confident about this now. And Tyler's on it as well. So, yeah, you would not take the Wings or the under here. Let's look at this total. This total opened up at 165.5. Then it moved to 171.5. Then to 179.5 on level 2 over money. And right now it's sitting at 170.5. This line has been bouncing around a bit, but for sure it's moved 5 points to the over since the open. So I would say it does look like this is going to be an overplay. Would I take the over now, right now at what is it, 170.5? I don't know. I think it's kind of found that, like, kind of happy spot right there. I think it's good just because Vegas has been bouncing it around. It seems like it's hit that equilibrium point where, there was level 2 money on the over when it was sitting at 169.5. So it did show that, like, players, like especially sharp players, really think it's going to be over 169.5. But is it going to be over 170.5? That's kind of where a lot of the money, has become a little bit more mixed. So I would be a little bit more cognizant of that when I'm looking at the line. But I definitely wouldn't take the under here. That's for sure. I do think it is a little more like in an equilibrium area though right now. If you are taking the over, just be careful about that. But try to look for 169.9 if it goes back down. But I mean, I don't know, even 170.5. It did go up to 171.5 earlier, so it's something to consider. Tyler doesn't really do totals. All I could say, yeah, I agree with you, Tech Science. I wouldn't take an under, and I wouldn't take the Wings tonight, that's for sure. These lines are moving in the right direction for the Fever and for the over. But do I have a super solid play at the moment here? I don't, but I do see these lines moving in the right direction for the Fever. This Fever spread is looking super solid. Sitting at -9.5, -115 right now, and still like on a move in a lot of different spots. And then also, seeing this total opening up at 165 and just quickly like move all the way up to 170.5 where it's sitting right now. And I believe it's still sitting Interesting. Okay, guys, update on the total. It's sitting at 169.5 right now. So I do see it sitting at 169.5 in some spots. Really just, use your own discretion on this bet for sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I mean, being risk adverse is actually, a really good trait as a bettor. And I used to be like way more conservative with my bets than I am now. But I had to open up a little bit because, you find that actually sometimes expanding, what you bet on does allow you to increase your ROI over time and become more profitable. As long as you're doing it carefully and strategically and not just going and, I don't know, don't pull Phil Mickelson, okay? All right, that's what I'm calling it from now on. All right, let's dive into some more of these games. Okay, yeah, and I don't have anything in the other WNBA game for tonight. That has just been sitting kind of steady. I haven't really seen a ton of movement there. Yeah, no, the lines have been just pretty solid. Not a lot going on in that Liberty Sparks game, so um, it is what it is. So if Tyler's taking a fever tonight, and it does look like it's moving in the right direction for the spread, I mean, it does look like a good developing game for sure. Oh my God, what? Alrighty, so before we continue on with our wagers, let's have some cannabis, sit back, relax, get our minds right, to win some more wagers, of course. Yeah, I've been enjoying this strain, enjoying some cannabis in my life. Did you guys like that new study I showed you guys today in a daily report, linking that study showing how, like, especially as you get older and you enjoy cannabis, that you actually have like the same kind of brain function as like a young person, and it's not as terrible for your brain or your brain health as people thought. It's actually really good for you. Oh my God. Whoa. Wow, that is crazy. A tree fell on her. Holy cow. That is crazy. I look high? Good. I am a little high. That is very accurate. Okay, so do I like the Padres tonight? I didn't really see, let me see what's going on here. Anything's developing. I have been watching the money line a little bit. Thomas. So I saw it opened up at plus 110, and then right now it's sitting at even money. It's on mixed money, so I like seeing that. And yeah, just kind of sitting there, even money. Some spots have already moved it to minus 105. I see that right now. So it does look like it's developing, especially because it's on mixed money. The sports books are moving this line without like a really strong money push. So pretty interesting. I'd keep my eye on that for sure. Ooh, my best bet tonight. Well, I have three best bets that I really like. I'm just about to You know what? Let me just cover one of my last best bets for tonight, and that is in the Dodgers versus Angels game. And this Dodgers run line opened from -1.5, -110 to -122. Then it went to -125. There was level 3 money on it. Now it's sitting at -123, but I mean, it's looking like an action play for sure. So I would say if you like the Dodgers run line, this is looking like an action play, especially if you're an action player. It's developing, it's moving in the right way, and there's a lot of solid money behind it. So I like seeing that. I definitely like seeing that. But what I really like in this game is the over. This opens up over 8.5, -105. Then it moves all the way up to over 10, -102. And of course, the odds just kept moving. It moved from -102 to -105 on level 2 money. The money just kept growing. So it just is sitting at level 3 money right now. And it moved from 8.5, like over 8.5 to over 10. That is a huge move that we rarely see in baseball, like especially so far this season, where there's just these huge moves on the total. So I really like the over here, actually. I really like it. Oh yeah, and the money just kept growing stronger too. It was level 2, then level 3, so the house moves, the sharps are moving with it. And I like to see this happen for sure. The money is still very strong on this over. So I like that. Oh yes, definitely. It is a good play. So yeah, definitely keep your eye on this Dodgers Angels game. Of course, if you're an action player, this Dodgers run line is looking really interesting, and my one of my top picks is the over in this game. And sometimes, like, I understand, you know, you see a high over, like over 10, it might look a little scary, but truthfully, you know, at the end of the day, the house is usually more correct than we definitely give them credit for. But that's for sure. So I like those plays. Another solid play that I liked tonight, Tyler, was the under in the Pirates Brewers game. This was looking like a really solid play. It went from under 7 to under 6.5. And I also liked the Kansas City Royals run line. That was my play of the day. I still like it. It's still looking solid. I also had another action play, and that was the Yankees run line. So we do have like kind of a full slate of games that I really like, plus some action plays thrown in there for my action players. And yeah, just a really good really good mix of everything, that's for sure. Alrighty, so those are all of the plays that I like for tonight, everyone. I am going to take another hit of cannabis for winning all these wagers. Exciting times. Oh yeah, this is a good strain. Now, before I close out tonight, I did want to talk a little bit about far infrared. So I don't have the color fully finished, but it is basically completed. Derek, this will be going to your dog, and I'm so excited for this to be on your furry friend. This collar, because I remember when I put the first time I put Far Infrared on Biscuit, within 24 hours, her life completely changed. And sometimes, you know, you wear the bracelets and it feels nice, and okay, maybe your wrists hurt a little bit less during the day, or maybe some of that, you know, joint pain is loosening up a little bit. But truthfully, like, your pets, you see the hugest difference on them, but it's working as well, just for you. Like, it's doing the same thing for you. But I feel like because your pets are just so expressive, and it's not like they're going to fake feeling good. They don't know how to do that. But when they feel good, you know it. So I'm excited for your pet to have this beautiful collar, and I'm really excited for that. I also wanted to show you guys these bracelets, which are going to be going down to my school, the University of Texas. These are going down to the center on the football team and his mom and a few different people down there. So it's really exciting. My sales guy is, really amazing, bringing some of this stuff down and, putting it on the players so that they can enjoy the benefits of far infrared after they're done being out there on the field, getting bruised up, getting beat up. Truthfully, take a lot of impact to your body. Just throwing on a couple of far infrared bracelets. Yes, I know I am wearing the men's bracelets right now. Just throwing them on right like after practice and just leaving them on all day. I mean, you could pretty much sleep in them. You could pretty much shower in them. They're really, really sturdy. And yeah, of course, with the University of Texas burnt orange colors, I love it. And I'm just feeling so excited. This is my school. This one has lava rock in it. So like, if somebody wanted to put essential oils in here, I don't think a bunch of football players, but who knows, right? I mean, you never know. A lot of people are into essential oils. For the moms as well, just like, look how pretty and glittery it is. Oh my god, I love it. On all of these, of course, are handmade in the US, right here. And another pretty one. Just look how amazing these are. So if you do want a custom bracelet, custom thing for your pet, anything, of course, I'm gonna make that happen. Hit me up on Solray. That is SOL-RAY, like sunray, .com, and you could just send me a message, or you could even like put in a custom order. Super easy to do. Or even if you want to schedule time to talk, easy peasy. But also, you could just reply to any of my daily emails with your order as well, right? Okay, to sign up for my free daily emails, make sure to go to arielcalista.com, click on the button that says stay in touch. Oh yeah, definitely. Gotta represent, especially that football season's around the corner. I have all these cute little football charms. I have basketball, baseballs, all that. Don't even worry. I got you guys covered. Anything you want. Oh yeah. The necklaces are amazing, especially if you have like neck pain, chest pain. It just decreases a lot of the inflammation, but it also improves your circulation. So it's really good for you, but it's passive far infrared. So it's just using your body's own thermal energy. Everything is lab tested on the website, on the Solray website, of course. And if you have any questions, feel free to write me, sol-ray.com, and everything's handmade right here in the US. So love that. Please support your local small business. And yeah, I'm really excited to get these products into your hands, into your pets' hands, into people you love's hands, into your hands. And thanks so much for being here tonight, joining me for the Sports Betting Illuminated live stream. It means the world to me. Thanks everyone for leaving your thumbs, I can't even talk right now, thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, now we're going. Thumbs up, commenting on the live stream, showing all of your love, sending all the emotes. I love that. I love all these hearts all over the place. Thanks so much, guys. Shout out to some books. Make sure to check them out on Amazon. You know where to go. Or Barnes & Noble. Whatever you prefer. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining the Sports Betting Illuminated live stream, and I will see you guys all on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Thanks so much, and have fun winning all of your wagers tonight. Bye, everyone.